Hello, it's me again. I apologise for the fact that my cat's sleeping on my bed because it is locked as its territory. However, that's not the point. Today I have with me the Sony PlayStation 3. Great, isn't it? Great, now I've got my bit more space since my cat's moved a bit. Yeah, that's the Sony PlayStation 3. It does look quite big, doesn't it? That's in its stand-up position. And that's it like that. The size comparison between this and the PlayStation 2 is different. If we move back there, here's an ordinary PS2. And you can see that the sizes are a little bit the same. Because about like round about here you'll have your memory cards, and in the same top position here you'll have your memory cards for some of your stuff like your flash drive and SD mini slot drive and memory stick Duo Pro. And for the same here, it's got PS2 strips across that, or PlayStation 2, you should just see there. And in here, in the Spider-Man font, it's got written also PlayStation 3. Now, this is made to compete against Microsoft Xbox 360 console. And I believe it is much better than the 360 for obvious reasons. It has got a 60GB hard drive, built-in Wi-Fi, a slot tray, touchable buttons, this, 4 USB ports, when the PlayStation, with the Xbox 360 only has about 3. And on the back, I'm just covering up my serial number just to avoid people from stealing it. And you see on the back here, you'll see exactly the same as the PC. You have the same switch here, your AC in, breathing sensors and stuff can't heat up and blow up. AV multi-output, digital optical output for, well, basically the sound, wireless LAN, but it has got built-in wireless, thankfully, and a HDMI output, although it doesn't have an HDMI cable, which is sold separately. I've got one of them, but I can't be bothered to get it and show you. Well, that's the basic design of it. I'll be showing you now. The best thing about it, Blu-ray. And what makes it so clearly better at Blu-ray is that the discs and the boxes, and for myself I find Blu-ray much better. Now, this is what you'll see, for example, a PS2 for a PS3 game. Resistance Fall of Man. 15. I'm 15 this year. Now, this is an ordinary PlayStation 2 game, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Well, that will all be very old once the Grand Theft Auto 4 comes out in October. Just days after my birthday. I can't get this bang on. So now, that is all just a centimetre shorter. So the Blu-ray games are just a centimetre shorter. And one thing that it does mention in the title. Now see here, it's just an ordinary standard DVD ICE disc. And here, in Resistance Fall of Man, you can just see that there's... wait a minute. My reflection looks a lot clearer in this one. As you can see, it's just got a little blue dinnet to it. Well, this one hasn't. Blue dinnet. This one hasn't. Okay. Now, Microsoft's Xbox 360 is winning at the moment because of the fact that it's got more games. It's been out for more than 1 year, and the PS3 has only been out since March the 23rd. Some of the great games that it has got, which I'll just show you in a second. Push that back for just a sec. Here we have Resistance Fall of Man. Practically one of my best games I have. Oh yeah, one other thing I should tell you. The boxes for the PSP and the PS3 are exactly the same. No, I mean, not talking about exactly the same size. I mean, like, when you look at the back of the PSP games, you'll see that it's got like it's got like the things that tell you about the game. For example, like the yellow things, 1 player and 80 kilobyte minimum. That's how much it saves up the game. And when you look at the back, these look exactly the same of how they've done it. 1 to 4 players, 130 megabytes to save, which is quite a lot. Motion sensitive compatible, which is the Bluetooth controller. What HD it supports, network feed, and in the blue it's got like multiplayer. So it includes network features and games with players 1 to 40. That seems quite a lot. That's Resistance, Fallen Man, NBA 2K7, a basketball game. It also includes motion sensing, and it's better than, and HD is better than before. And it's got a smaller save game. Brilliant. Fear, a horror game. First Encounter Assault Recon, and it's an 18. Death Jam Icon, the rapping 5-star MC games, designed by EA Games. Motorstorm, one of the most graphically racing games, is rated 12 because it's quite crashy, bashy type stuff. Great. And so that's all the games I've got for it. Now the next thing I'm going to talk to you about is this. The wireless 6-axis controller. Now it's wireless. As you can see, there's no wire. On the front view of the controller, you'll have 6-axis strips across there, which will tilt upside down. You can still read that it's a 6-axis. Now this is the USB connector for charging up your controller, because it's got a built-in wireless it's got a built-in rechargeable battery which is not removable. So that means if it breaks down, it's screwed for life. One thing I should tell you about this controller, it is incredibly light. You can lift it out with just 2 fingers. It's incredibly light. And here you've got your LEDs. They're all in red, 1, 2, 3, 4. They appear in red depending on which player you are. Yep. This is motion sensitive compatible. And the one strange thing is that it's see-through, so you can just see it's just a whole circuit, just like that. It's just a rectangular circuit. Nothing goes through this controller. That's probably why it hasn't got any rumble. Look and see. Yes, that is impressive. Right. So that's the whole thing about the controller. In the middle, we'll have your PS button for turning it on. Now let's press. It's the PS button, and I'm not going to press it because that will just waste the battery in here, and there's no way else to turn it off. I just have to wait for a while for it to turn it off. And that's basically it. Now let's do the main thing about this console. Plug it in.